Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Uncle Hotdog, and in today's video I'm going to be testing 3 different shaders: Chroma Visuals, BlockPixel, and Dynamic Details. So currently we are just in Vibrant Visuals. I just wanted to get a baseline. I've placed a ton of blocks in this area, so I want to take a look at them at every time. So basically we're going to be going through sunrise, day, noon, sunset, night, and midnight, just to see how everything is at different times of the day. I have light sources here at different blocks over here, and then I have mobs in this area. So I have a ton of mobs in here just to see if any of them change. Hopefully they do change, and it would be kind of cool to see. Look at this creeper. I put a creeper with a cat in there. He's loving life. They're like best friends. And then I'm going to be going into the Nether to take a look at what that looks like, and then I'm going to be going into the end. So let's go ahead and change it to Chroma Visuals. Okay, so now we are in Chroma Visuals, and this is all in 4K, just FYI. And the first thing that I notice is the clouds. The clouds, they're not blocky, they look like actual clouds, and I really like that. It looks pretty neat. There's no setting to put it back to blocky clouds or whatnot, but I did place a lot of these blocks. Let's take a look and see if there's any textures. Currently we are in daytime, so no real textures. It's some of these are shinier than others. Look, they have little shiny bits in the gold block here. See, oh yeah, that is pretty neat. In some shader packs they just make it all the same texture, but this one seems like it's not a texture, it's just a different lighting, or it's more glossy or shiny in this little area right here. You don't see, you might see it in some of these. No actual textures, you can't see any level changes in the blocks. So let's take a look at the mobs. Hey guys, hey, there's a llama. So some of these mobs, they pretty much look the same. I don't see any real changes to the mobs. If you're wondering, this is just regular glass on the side, and at the top is tinted glass. Tinted glass prevents zombies from dying. So if you want something that it's not like an actual, just like a regular solid block or whatever, and you want to still be able to see through it, you could use tinted glass for that. Yeah, no real change. Let's go ahead and change it to sunrise. Okay, so this is sunrise. FPS is about 79 to 80. If you look at the sky, you can get over 120. Using about 80% of the GPU. You can look at the data right there, but it does use a ton of RAM. Sunrise, it looks doesn't look anything crazy. I mean, the water looks kind of cool because of the reflections or whatever, but other than the clouds, it looks, everything else seems normal-ish. That looks a little bit more hazy, I guess. So some texture packs and shader packs they have, it looks like just a replica of this, but just upside down, and I'm glad that they didn't do that. Let's go ahead and change it to noontime. Okay, so this is noon. Oh, I like that. So in some texture packs, this one, the sun is directly above, which kind of makes sense because it's noontime, and it just looks like really hot. It doesn't look as hazy anymore. Like initially, whenever we opened up Chroma Visuals, it looked hazy looking into the sun, but I guess it still kind of looks hazy looking into the sun, but everywhere else, I don't know. Maybe it still has a tiny little bit of haze. Let's go into the market square and see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, the colors kind of look a little bit desaturated, at least to me. Are the leaves moving? Whoa, that's kind of cool. The leaves are moving. Take a look at that. I didn't notice it when I went past the leaves. They are moving. That is really neat. Okay, let's keep going this way. The water looks kind of cool. Is it super reflective like in other shaders? No, you can see through them and not Oh, there's a little bit of reflection right here on the side. So some of the things that I did notice about these shaders right away was the clouds. It's a little bit hazy. Some of these blocks, let's look at this gold block over here. Some of these gold blocks have little shiny parts to it, so it's not exactly the same like texture all the way around. And then the leaves move. I like that the leaves move. I think it looks really cool. It could add to the experience to your game. Let's go ahead and change it to sunset. Whoa. Oh, wow. Sunset looks kind of crazy. It's like super purpley, pinky, whatever, magenta, whatever that color is. That looks really cool. I like that. Sunrise, it was kind of bland, but this actually looks pretty neat. I like look at the lighting on the buildings. And it's got a little bit of God rays too. You can see it on the ship. This looks really neat. I like it a lot. Everything just looks purple though. It does look cool though. Let me know what you think. Do you guys like the purple? Or is it too purple and you don't like it? Let's go ahead and change it to nighttime. So this is nighttime. Everything looks really dark. Well, not like overly dark. I guess what it looks like to me is just like it really just super desaturated. Or I know I already said it, but it looks more desaturated. Everything just looks, I don't know. It's like nothing special. Let's go ahead and change it to midnight and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is midnight. It doesn't look much different from regular nighttime, except for you can see the moon. So night, midnight. Hey, look at the moon. Let's go ahead and take a look at these lights on here and see if there's any change in color or whatever. I mean, it looks kind of like there's a change in color. Like on the quartz, you can see it's almost like green, and then it changes colors here. It's like a different shade depending on what torch you have or what light source you have. So keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out what light source is. Let's look at these ores and see if any of them are glowing. These are lit here, but none of these ores are glowing or have anything crazy on them. All right, now let's go ahead and go into the Nether and see what that looks like. Okay, so we are in the Nether. It doesn't look overly orange, like, you know, like doesn't like overly bright in here, which I like. I think sometimes it can be like overly like bright for no reason, and you can see everything pretty clearly in this area. Let's go into the other biome and see what if it changes or whatever. Hello, Ghast. No, it doesn't look much different. In other textures, there's like a very distinct change that happens, and it doesn't seem like that's happening here. Let's go into the end and take a look at that. So this is the end right here. What I noticed, it's purple here, and then it looks like a blue on top. The Endermen, their eyes are glowy. Do they glow in the other shaders? I don't remember. Okay, that is neat. It's doing the same thing as, I forget what other shader it was, but the explosions kind of let off a light. Let's see if we can find another one. There it is. And you can see the shadows here whenever that's going on, then they disappear. You don't really have an issue with visibility in this end portal, or in the end here. See details still on the obsidian. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, let's go ahead and change it to BlockPixel. Oh, whoa. So this is BlockPixels, and it is completely different. Everything is different. This is crazy. So just so you're aware, BlockPixels and dynamic details was $4.99 in the marketplace. So if you're looking at these and if you like these, then you can go ahead and get them. Are they worth $4.99? I don't know. You be the judge. But we are now in BlockPixels and everything looks crazy. Everything looks absolutely different. Way different. Look at these blocks. Oh my goodness. It's very colorful. Super colorful. And look at this iron golem. That dude looks crazy. He looks neat though. Oh my goodness. First, let's change it to sunrise and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is sunrise. Oh, the flames look crazy. Flames and smoke. Even the letterings look different. Still getting about 80 to 90 FPS here in 4K. That's an iron door. That looks, look, it's even got red on it. I don't know why they put red on it. It's kind of weird. Why does all the iron stuff have red on it? Which one is the iron block? Dude, I can't even tell. Can't even tell. This is lapis. That is kelp, I think. Iron, that's the gold, emerald, diamond. No, maybe this is lapis. Dude, not I can't even tell what blocks are what anymore. That is crazy. Let's go ahead and look at these mobs. See if they look kind of cool too. There's a frog. Oh my goodness. These guys look crazy. Look at them. Wow, that is crazy. If you're looking for a different experience altogether, go with BlockPixels because this looks crazy. Look at the creeper. It's like two-tone. It's like a normal creeper color at the bottom, and it looks almost like it's like a dead mob. That's crazy. The phantom looks the same. Look at these guys. They look way different. That's way different. Look at my sword. That's crazy. Crazy because everything looks way different than what you would expect it to. Oh, even look at the character here. They added the little background to it. That's good. That's awesome. I like this a lot. Let's change it to daytime and see what that looks like. Okay, so in daytime, even the glass looks crazy. Do the trees move? No, but they're like super see-through. So look at this tree over here. Whoa, that looks weird. So the outside leaves, you can see right through them, which is pretty cool. Do you get God rays coming through those? No, not really. I don't notice the God rays at all. Yeah, that looks so cool. Yeah, there's no pronounced God rays, but everything looks way different. Look at this mossy cobble over here. Oh, even the copper looks different. They really changed everything. They're looking for a completely different experience here. Let's change it to noontime and see what that looks like. Okay, so noon, where's the sun? Right up there. Man, the bricks are like super red. That is, I mean, obviously that's the first thing that I notice is everything looks completely transformed. Way different. Whoa, look at the Nether portal. It's, that's really neat how they did that. Look at the glass, different color glass. Wow, even these shulker boxes, look how they added a little gold trim to all of them. I like that. I wish they would do that with all the other ones. With that extra gold trim, it looks really neat. Let's go ahead and change it to sunset. Wow. Let's look at the reflection. Oh. Wow, there's no reflection. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hit. So the God rays do look really cool, but I do not like the fact that the water looks completely flat and there is no reflections. That's so weird. You could see the shadows. It's almost like it's hard to describe. I mean, you could see it right here for yourself. It's just weird looking. Yeah, almost like there's like a matte finish to the top of the water. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Let's go ahead and change it to nighttime. Maybe that'll look better. Okay, so the night sky looks purple right here, and then blue. Any of these blocks change color? No, not at night. Yeah, this looks, it's very cartoony. I mean, I guess it's Minecraft and it looks really, but this is like extra like cartoony to me. There's no change in the color. This is all quartz. It looks weird. It doesn't look like quartz. And then the lights don't really emit a different color depending on the light source. Whereas the other shader, the Chroma visuals, did. Let's go to midnight. Is there a change in the color? No, still nothing. Just has the same singular color scheme. I do like how both Chroma visuals and this one don't really have like a crazy orange tint to it. This one I just do not like that there's no reflections of the water at all, like zero reflection, no waves, and it's super flat. But let's go into the Nether and see what that looks like. Yeah, I do not like how they put red on the iron. It just looks wrong. It's super dark. Like if you're looking right in there, that area, I know there's stuff over there, but you can't really see very far. They limit the distance, I guess. Look and see, go to the other biome and see if it changes. Yeah, it does change. These little, looks like, I don't know, ashes in this area, but the visibility, you can't really see very far in the Nether. I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Okay, so here's the castle. Look at this chest. Everything looks way different. Torches, the brick, the iron golems especially look different. Look at that guy. That's a redstone lamp. That looks so weird. Let's go ahead and go into the end and see what that looks like. Okay, so we are in the end, and when those are not lit, it's super dark in here. Check it out. Oh, the eyes don't glow. Maybe a little bit, kinda, tiny bit. It's super dark in here, and then you see that. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. I gotta see another one of those. Wow, that looks crazy. I like that. Whoa, look at that. That's so crazy. And then it gets dark again. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and change it to dynamic details. So in dynamic details, it gives you the choice of vanilla experience, has vanilla textures, dynamic details, vibrant visual settings, compatible with custom texture packs. And then we have 64, which is recommended for smoother gameplay. And then we have 128 resolution, which is how I'm going to play it. And that's for maximum detail and visual fidelity. Let's go. Okay, so this is dynamic details. And the first thing I notice is the texture. Let's go ahead and change it to sunrise to see what that looks like. Yeah, it looks more the same like midnight. Wow, it's like super dark still at sunrise. Here's the moon. Okay, you can see the reflections in the water. That looks really cool. Let's go ahead and change it to daytime, see what that looks like. Okay, so this is daytime. Wow. Look at that lighting. The God rays look fantastic. And the details, look at the textures, bro. Hello, Iron Golem. You look really neat. Like very high definition. Even, wow. Okay, I can't wait to look at the mobs. But let's go ahead and look at some of these blocks first. Whoa, what the heck? These are all different color glass. And they have very, very little of the color that they are supposed to be. Look at that. That's crazy. Just like the edges, you could see it. The textures look crazy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. The wool looks cool here. The beds have a lot of texture. All the wood. Let's see if that iron door has red on it. No, it doesn't. But it is shiny. It sure is shiny. Let's open it up. Wow, everything has textures to it. I like it. Dude, the lighting looks fantastic. It's just enough saturation. The shadows look very soft here. It looks just like smooth. The shadows look super smooth. Look at these. Whoa, glowing ores. Ding, ding, ding. Also, FYI, this one is also $4.99. I know I had mentioned it, but BlockPixels and dynamic details you can only find in the marketplace for Bedrock. And then the Chroma visuals, you can find it on CurseForge. The leaves aren't moving. They don't move. Let's look at these mobs now. Whoa, even the glass. Whoa, look at the texture in the glass. Wow, that is cool. Look at that. So I like the fact that the textures still look like they're regular 16. This is a 128x, so it's going to have more detail, but it still has that same look to it. When you add like the faithful 64x, the blocks and pixels are just so tiny you don't really see the details. But this one, because oh yeah, look at individual blocks in here have individual blocks, if that makes sense. That's crazy. So the details look fantastic. I think I might have found my new favorite shader. I mean, you're getting about 81 FPS on average. Temps look good. But look at these mobs. Dude, all the mobs have like texture to it. Hello, cow. Iron golem. Some shiny. Wow, even look at the horses. That's cool. Oh my goodness, but the glass is some of my favorite. This looks so cool. And the light hits it just right. Hello, axolotl. Spiders. Wow. Let's go change it to noontime. Okay, so noontime. Yeah, look at the glass. Man, I'm just mesmerized by the glass. It looks so cool. Let's look at the water. Oh wow, I like that. Oh my goodness. It's like great detail. Yeah, I like it. And you can see the reflections. That looks really good. Yeah, you can still see the textures even at noontime. I love the detail. Look at the sword. The sword looks pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and change it to sunset and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is sunset, and that looks way better. To me, it looks way better than the purple. Like a more of a orange, like maybe red in this area, and then it's gradually changes. Look at that. Wow. This is amazing. Well, I like this. And you still get in the 80s for FPS, 70 to 80 FPS. 1% lows kind of dip. But you don't know, I don't notice the dip. Let's go ahead and change it to nighttime and see what that looks like. Okay, so night. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Look at this quartz. Look at the nether portal. Even the nether portal has texture. How do you do that? That's cool. And the obsidian looks shiny and lots of detail. But let's look at these different lights. The light source. Oh, even the there's a reflection in the quartz. That's cool. Changes color. It looks more green, slightly blue, and then. Okay, so if you're looking at this one and Chroma visuals, make sure to pick your light source appropriately because it will change the way everything looks like at nighttime. Let's go ahead and change it to midnight. All right, this is midnight. The moon being so bright, it looks pretty cool. Everything is well lit. Look how bright these things are. Let's go look at these ores. Yeah, look at these glowing ores. The copper doesn't glow. The coal doesn't glow. Quartz, gold doesn't glow. But emeralds, diamonds, lapis, and redstone, those are the only ones that glow. Let's see these mobs if they change colors. Hey, look at that. The LA is very bright. Look at his face. It's like glowy, super glowy. Let's go ahead and go into the Nether and see what that looks like. Okay, the visibility is a little bit better in here. Super bright. Let's go into the other biome and see if that changes. Okay, it still has those little ashes. The other one didn't have it, I don't think. I'll have to look at the footage again, but it's no real change in color or whatever. This is brighter. Like these vines and trees look brighter. But the lava is just so bright. It kind of hurts your eyes. Let's look here. Oh yeah, it does the same thing. Well, the other ones didn't do this, but some of the other texture packs, when you look at the lava, it changes exposure and you can't really see. But then if you look directly up, now everything is kind of levels out, and then it adjusts the exposure for just this part. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's look at these vines. The vines look cool. They even have a little bit of like red flowers in them. Look at, it's so high detail. That's so cool. I'm gonna change it back to daytime. So this is daytime again at the castle. Wow, everything just looks high detail. Wow, look at this. This is it. This is my favorite texture packs / shader pack. This is hands down my favorite out of all the ones that I've tested, because it has the texture, has the lighting. Let's go into the end and see what that looks like. Yeah, look at the obsidian. Look at the obsidian. Wow, it's just so smooth. Look at the shadows. Looks amazing. It looks great. I keep saying that. Oh, and there's different textures in the blocks. So these are all the same blocks. They just have added details in them. They do that, I think, with the dirt, if I remember correctly. The obsidian. Whoa, even the obsidian has a different texture to it. Wow. Whoa, okay. Look at that. I like this shader pack a lot. Bedrock looks a little different. Doesn't quite look like Bedrock. Wow, look at the shadows. This is great. Yeah, this is hands down my favorite shader. Let's get out of here and do the final review. Okay, so the final review, let's go ahead and start with Chroma visuals. The sky is hazy. Oh, also it is free on CurseForge. You can download it. The sky is hazy. The leaves move. I do like the leaves move. And the clouds are not blocky. They're very smooth. And then another thing, the Nether and the end, they have very good visibility. So if visibility is something that you're seeking, then definitely check that out. But also whenever you look at the sun, it looks hazy. But I guess this one kind of looks a little hazy too. So BlockPixels is $4.99 on Marketplace, and everything just looks different, but in a good way. But one of the things that I did not like about it is that the reflections in the water, they were just non-existent, and it was completely flat. Both Chroma visuals and dynamic visuals, I think the water looked very similar. Maybe dynamic visuals is a little bit better just by a small margin. But for BlockPixels, I did like whenever you're looking into the menu in this where it's black, they actually added a little background to it. So dynamic details, right now, maybe because I'm using it right now and the textures look fantastic, is my favorite by far, because the textures, like even the grass blocks, have different little blocks in them, and the god rays look fantastic. I do like how it doesn't take away from the game at all. Like at 128x resolution, it doesn't take away from the look of the game. It still looks like vanilla Minecraft, but with greater detail. Let me know in the comments which one you like the best. I think it's a clear winner. Dynamic details wins hands down. But yeah, just let me know in the details which one you like the best. But that's it for me today. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, Uncle Hotdog, out.